Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're a foreign investor looking at KLCC, let me save you from the usual headaches. Most overseas buyers only find out the real steps and the hidden costs after they have paid the deposit, and by then, it's already too late. In this video, I'll walk you through the actual buying process from A to Z, what documents you will need, what payments happen when, and what costs you must prepare, so you don't get stuck or surprised halfway through the deal. Let's start with buying a completed or ready-built property first, because that's the easiest to understand. Step 1. Once you confirm a unit, the first thing you will need to do is to place a booking deposit. But before you place any booking deposit, always do a proper pre-check. Confirm where the car park bay is located. If possible, ask the owner to allow a defect check before you pay the deposit. This helps you to avoid surprises later and give you better clarity on renovation and the repair costs. For completed property, this is usually 3% of the purchase price. This 3% is held by the real estate agency, not the seller. Very important here, always ask your agent to show you their real estate registration number. Make sure you are dealing with a certified, licensed agent, not an unregistered middleman. Is this booking fee refundable if I wish to abort the deal? If the seller back out, of course yes. But if you change your mind without a valid reason, usually no. So only place the deposit when you are ready. After placing the booking, you can now appoint your own trusted lawyer to represent you. This is your right as a buyer. You are not required to use the seller's lawyer. Next comes to the Sales and Purchase Agreement, so-called SPA. This is the main contract and is usually signed within 14 to 21 days after the booking. At the SPA signing, you will top up the deposit so the total becomes 10%. 3% you already paid. Be prepared for another 7% down payment payable to your represent lawyer. Your lawyer will then submit the Sales Purchase Agreement for stamping within 1 to 2 weeks. This is quite a standard procedure. After the SPA is signed, your lawyer will apply for foreign consent. This is a state approval required for most of the foreign buyers in Malaysia. And just to be very clear, this is paid by you as a buyer, not the owner. The processing usually takes 1 to 2 months depending on the state. The cost is typically around 2,000 to 3,000 ringgit Malaysia. Now, can this be waived? Of course no. Let's talk about the remaining 90% balance payment. For completed properties, the SPA usually states that the balance 90% is due within 3 months from the SPA signing. Most SPA also allow an additional 1 month extension, but this comes with the late payment interest calculated daily. So yes, technically you may get up to 4 months, but you will pay interest for the extra time frame. My advice to you, always plan to settle within the original 3-month period to avoid unnecessary costs. If you are transferring funds from overseas, remember to factor in international bank transfer fees and currency exchange differences. Once payment and foreign consent are completed, your lawyer prepares the ownership transfer documents. Now, the big one many buyers underestimate, which is the stamp duty. For year 2026, a safe assumption is 8% of the purchase price. So if you are buying a 1 million ringgit Malaysia property, expect around 80,000 ringgit Malaysia in stamp duty. This is paid during the transfer stage. Please budget for this early to avoid disappointment. After everything is cleared, keys are handed over. Before you actually move forward, make sure your utilities registration is ready. TNB for electricity, Shabas for water, Indah Water for sewage services. Do I need to pay management fee or sinking fund upfront to collect the key? Answer is no. You do not need to pay in advance. Maintenance fee is paid monthly after ownership is confirmed. So here's the extra cost to prepare. Let me keep this simple and practical. Legal fee for SPA for a 1 million ringgit Malaysia property, roughly 12,000 ringgit Malaysia, varies by lawyer. stamp duty will be 8%, which is equivalent to 80,000 ringgit Malaysia on a 1 million ringgit Malaysia property. For renovation and furnishing, anywhere from 50,000 to 150,000 depending on the unit original furnished condition, owner's budget and purpose. Annual cost will be like quick rent, assessment tax and monthly for the maintenance fee. Right, so here's some additional information. Freehold actually means permanent ownership and usually a faster transfer about 3 to 6 months. Leasehold means you are buying the remaining lease years and transfers typically take longer, around 6 to 12 months due to the land office approval. If the remaining lease years are low, resale value and liquidity can be affected. In Malaysia, leasehold land can be renewed, but the renewal is not automatic. It requires state's approval, takes time and comes with a renewal premium that depends on location, land value and remaining years. Alright, now let's talk about under construction properties because the process is slightly different. Once you choose a unit, you will pay a booking fee to reserve it. This could be a fixed amount like 1,000 ringgit Malaysia, 5,000 or 10,000 depending on the developer. After reserving the unit, you can already decide whether you want to cash purchase or apply a local bank loan. Foreign buyers can apply for Malaysia bank loans. Loan margin is usually 50% to 60% for most foreign investors. However, buyers from certain neighbouring countries like Singapore or Brunei may qualify for higher loan margin, sometimes up to 80% depending on the profile. Now, loan approval usually takes 2 to 3 weeks once full documents are submitted. SPA is usually signed within 14 to 21 days after the booking. Many developers offer early bird rebates or discount, which can be used to offset part of the down payment, meaning a lower upfront cash outlay even though the SPA still shows 10%. Under construction properties follow a progressive billing schedule based on construction milestones. Cash buyer pay according to the stages. Loan buyers have the bank to release the fund progressively. For loan buyers, during construction, you usually pay interest to the bank only and full monthly installments start after the vacant possession. Most of the under construction properties start under a master title. Foreign consent to master title still applies and is paid by the buyer. After vacant possession, the developer will apply to convert to strata title. Foreign buyers should budget 8% stamp duty for this transfer as it makes future resale much easier. When the project is completed, the developer will issue a clearance letter and notify you that the unit is ready for vacant possession. For under construction properties, this clearance letter usually comes together with a request to pay few months of maintenance fee and sinking fund in advance, commonly around 3 to 4 months. This advance payment is required to assist with utility setup, including the necessary deposits. Once these are settled, the developer will then allow you to proceed to arrange an appointment for key collection. If you're buying from overseas, understanding the timeline, cash flow, and real costs before placing your deposit for the property you like. If you would like a PDF checklist for Malaysia property purchase flow or want me to review a specific project from an investor point of view, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!